You were fine, dear.
Die, 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 return again, return again, return to the land of your soul. To the base. Return, return again, return to the land of your soul. Return to who you are, return to what you are, return to where you are born and reborn again. Return to who you are, return to what you are, return to where you are born and reborn again. Die, 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 once more. Return again, return again, return to the land of your soul. Return again, return again, return to the land of your soul.
Welcome, everyone. Great to be with you this Yom Kippur afternoon. I do want to invite you to come on video if you can, even just for a few minutes at this opening part. I do want us all to connect with each other and be creating this community together. Just quickly want to do a quick sound check. Can you hear us okay? Thumbs up? Okay, great. We're here at my home with my wife, Mindy Cohen, who's here, and it's a restored chapel. So the acoustics are quite exciting and interesting for us. And just give you, we have you on the wall there, a big video screen. So you can see we're in this kind of auspicious space, creating this energy. I'm Pesach, and this is Steve Shapiro and Jody Shapiro, and we're co-leading this adventure today into celebrating unity consciousness. As you know, Jody, Steve, and I have been, as you may know, Jody, Steve, and I have been leading a chant circle regularly over the past year, and we've been using the teachings of Rabbi Shefa Gold and her approach to love at the center. And today we're wanting to invite you and all of us together to explore how can we celebrate unity consciousness. So we're going to be exploring a journey of celebrating unity consciousness. I'm going to give a few introductory remarks right now, and then we're going to go over and do a few chants with Jody leading, and then Steve will do a guided meditation, and then we'll wrap up again with a few chants. So that'll be the flow of the hour today. We are going to be doing a second hour at 2:45 p.m. It will be similar but different. So we invite you to continue to be part of this community if you want to for the second hour as well. We're building a community of shared energy and shared intention, and so we appreciate anyone who wants to stay with us through that second hour. So I thought I would start off by if I'm inviting you to join a journey of celebrating unity consciousness, I thought it'd be good to share some definitions of unity consciousness as a starting point. So the first definition is by Deepak Chopra, and he said, unity consciousness is a state of enlightenment where we pierce the mask of illusion, which creates separation and fragmentation. Behind the appearance of separation is one unified field of wholeness. Here, the seer and the scenery are one. And from another spiritual master, Rabbi Shefa Gold, she defines unity consciousness as knowing oneself connected and integral to the whole of life, experiencing the limitless quality of the soul beyond our small constructed identity, experiencing the fundamental well-being that is at our core, opening in compassion to all life. And so today we're celebrating unity consciousness, and we're considering Yom Kippur as the day of at-one-ment, a day where reality, which normally appears as a multiplicity, is now seen as one. And so everything that we're doing together here today is the unity of unity consciousness. We're co-creating this experience today together. So lastly, I want to say that oneness is not, and this is a quote from Llewellyn Vaughan Lee from The Return of the Feminine and the World Soul. And she said, oneness is not a metaphysical idea, but something so simple and ordinary. It is in every breath, in the wing beat of every butterfly, in every piece of garbage left in the city streets. This oneness is life. Life no longer experienced solely through the fragmented vision of the ego, but known within the heart, felt in the soul. The oneness is the heartbeat of life. It is creation's recognition of the creator. In this oneness, life celebrates itself and its divine origin. So I did put the handout in the chat, and I'll do that again one more time. And I'm going to quickly share with you some information or some perspectives about these chants. We're going to be doing 3 of these 4 chants. The first chant is called One Alone, and this comes from the Song of Songs, from chapter 6, verse 9. And in English, it says, one alone is my dove, my perfect one alone so luminous in her mother's heart. The traveler through the Song of Songs has gone through many different experiences of connection and disconnection, love and attack in her experience in the journey of the song. And at this phase of the song, she comes into this connection to the unity or the oneness. The second chant that we're going to be today is about unifying the heart. And Jody will share more about this, but this comes from the passage right before the Shema. And Shefa teaches that it's humans that are divided within ourselves that blocks our awareness of unity consciousness. So the second chant, Unifying Our Heart, will be focusing on healing that inner separateness and creating ourselves as a vessel for that awareness of the ultimate truth of unity consciousness. And so after the chants are done and Steve will do a guided meditation, Jody will return with the One Alone chant again, and then we're going to go right into the last chant, which is healing the world through the majesty of nurture, which is a line from Adon Olam from the end of the service. So I think that's a familiar chant to many of us who have been part of these chant circles. So welcome everyone. I want to make sure I'm sharing the handout multiple times as new people come in, so I want to make sure that they have that in the chat. So I just want to take a moment and ask everyone to turn on their cameras, if you will, for a minute and look into the eyes of one other person and connect with them and bring them into your heart for a moment. And for those who don't have your camera on, we see some beautiful photographs, or we can imagine what you look like if you're a black box. And then move to someone else, connect with someone else on the screen. And isn't this a mystery? We don't know who is bringing us into their hearts. I'm inviting you to bring that person into your heart for this hour. And now go to a third person on the screen. And now I invite you to bring all of us into your heart. This community that's gathered here today as we go on this journey of celebrating unity consciousness. Jody?
One,
Alone, one,
alone, one, alone, one, alone, one, alone, one, alone, one, alone, one, alone, ahati, one, alone, one, alone, one, alone, ahati, tamati, tamati, ahati, le'ima bara ila yohatata. One alone, one alone, one alone, one alone, ahati, yonati, tamati, ahati, le'ima bara ila yohatata. Allah. One alone, 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 ahati, yonati, tamati, ahati, ilma bara ila yolatata. One alone, one alone, one alone, one alone. Hati, yonati, tamati, ahati, le'ima bara ila yolatata. One alone, one alone, one alone, one alone, ahati, yonati, tamati, ahati, le'ima bara ila yolatata. Just sit and let the medicine of the chant wash over you. Our next chant is called Unifying the Heart, written by Rabbi Shefa Gold. V'yached lavavenu, lahava u'yira et shemecha. Unifying our hearts to love and to be in awe of your name or essence. These words are part of the prayer that comes in the paragraph just before the Shema. The Shema opens in us the perception of unity, but before we go there, we must do the work of unification inside our own hearts. This practice guides us to identify with both the love and the awe for the essence that is hidden behind all form when we chant. V'chad lavavenu, we journey into our hearts. When we chant lahava, we find my love. When we chant u'yira, we find our awe. And when we chant et shemecha, we call on the wholeness of our hearts to perceive and receive the essence of that which is. And Paul will be putting that chant in the chat. And a note, Psalm 86, chapter 86, verse 11 says, unify my heart to be in awe of your name. And the liturgist obviously knew this psalm and decided that love was also needed. Okay, it's on the handout if you printed that. I'm going to start, and you're going to do that. Okay. Le'ached levavenu, le'ached levavenu, le'ahava u'yira et shemecha. Ve'yached levavenu, ve'yached 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 levavenu, le'ahava u'yira Ve'achei levaveinu le'ahava u'yir'a et shemecha. Ve'achei levaveinu ve'achei levaveinu le'ahava u'yir'a et shemecha. Ve'achei levaveinu ve'achei levaveinu le'ahava u'yir'a et shemecha. Le'achei levaveinu le'achei levaveinu le'ahava u'yir'a et shemecha. Once more. Ve'achei levaveinu ve'achei levaveinu le'ahava u'yir'a et shemecha.
So let's just keep sitting with our breath, observing our breath and our breathing. And what we want to do is practice deep belly breathing. We find our source when we're at that depths of our core. When we hear the chants, we are in remembrance of God's presence. We pray that the words, the melody, the tone, the cadence marks and celebrates this moment of knowing. Stay with your deep belly breathing, soft belly. Just allow your crown to reach up to the skies best you can, wherever you are, even if you're lying down. Feel your feet firmly planted on the ground. And we offer blessings for this field of unity that we're sitting in, this thought field of everybody on the Zoom, all Jews, who are celebrating and worshiping on this holy day. We align with the possibility of deep healing for ourselves, for our peoplehood, for our country and our planet. So let's imagine that we're standing at the gates of the promised land. And we've discovered that there are 7 gates, different gates than we heard from Rabbi Rachel, but still 7 important gates for us this afternoon. And each gate is a unique opportunity for our own transformation and transition into our land of milk and honey. But there's a requirement before we enter into each gate. I'll ask you to find a half shekel. There's one in each of your hands. You got it at birth. This half shekel is your barcode. It's your unique DNA. And when we go through each gate, you'll be reminded, or if I forget, just put the half shekel in the lock for each gate. Not only will the gates open, but the gates will be charged with what you need going through each gate. There's a divine message for each of us. So let's take a couple of deep cleansing breaths as we prepare to move through these 7 gates. I'll ask you all, we're going to move into our heart chamber, our heart center. And this is our staging ground for unity consciousness, unity awareness. We sit in our hearts in a vast space. Openness, sense of freedom. And from here, we bring our attention down to the base of our spine. And we're going to call this the gate of Earth's majesty and beauty. Malkut. So if you have your half shekel, it's a good time to insert it into the lock. And as the door and the gate opens, you observe the gate itself is just covered with beautiful rubies, deep red rubies. And that deep red ruby is emanating from the energy center at the base of the spine, the Malkut. And this energy center just emanates through every cell in our body. And with this, we're surrounded by all the beautiful aspects of the earth and our universe has to offer. We take the opportunity and imagine all the beautiful places we have traveled on this earth. And we allow the majesty and the beauty of those experiences in this moment just to resonate into each of ourselves, all ourselves. And whether we've been near waterfalls or not, we imagine and we bring into our presence waterfalls and the spray of the waters and the colors of the waters, all penetrating into this Malkut energy, into this base of our spine, and penetrating and sending negative ions up through our body, the highest concentrations of oxygen, feeding our soul and feeding our healthy bodies. And at this place of recognizing the beauty and the majesty of our earth, we also pay homage to all the work that's needed in its repair. And we make our divine vow that we will do all within our powers to heal this divine earth as we sit on it today. And as the garbage truck picks up nearby, if you hear the banging, we include waste management in this cleanup. We prepare to move to the second gate. We have our shekel in hand. We move up just a couple of inches above our genitals to Yasod. Yasod, the energy of creation. And this is the gate of creativity. The colors and the gemstones are tangerine colors. And these tangerine gems just emanate beautiful shades of oranges and rusts into every cell in our body with the message of our strength, with the message of our creative power, with the message of our ability to rise from the ashes, to rise from destruction, to rise from death. Yasod brings this message of pure divine Shekhinah, feminine energy throughout our bodies. In perfect balance with the male forces. And this is a place where we say a blessing for our bodies and the right to choose for our bodies what we need. Nobody gets to say, but you. And we prepare to move to the third gate, our core energy, right in the area of our navel, where our chi resides. We see the gemstones carrying a color of lemon zest. And we're surrounded by the energy of Hod at our left hip and Netzach at our right hip, joined by our center energy, our core, the place where we heal our individual trauma, we heal our intergenerational trauma, our family trauma. And so bring our attention to our left hip, and Hod is where all the generations reside. And just as in this place of healing our intergenerational trauma, we find a place where we can presence our ancestors around us. And we offer them our awareness and our intention to create a perfect healing for them and for us, recharging the DNA, recharging our genetics, and shifting where it needs to be shifted based on this healing. We bring our attention to our right hip and Netzach, the place where we find our divine purpose, our mission in life. And this is bolstered by all the biome, all the healthy bacteria in our gut. And so this works in tandem in healing trauma. And as the traumas are healed, whatever has occurred from birth until now, what comes on the other side of that healing is a strengthening and a reaffirming of our purpose and why we are here. It's clearer every day as the healing continues. And we have our half shekel as we prepare to move up to the fourth gate. Fourth gate is covered in emerald green stones. And we find the emerald greens covering our heart center, our heart chamber, our staging ground, where we live inside this vast space. And we find that we're inside this beautiful tent as we ready ourselves to make the journey. But first, in this beautiful tent surrounded by acres and acres of vineyards and acres of beautiful wildflowers, we are held in the space of an impeccable and compassionate presence. And we're drawn to our right shoulder where Gavurot, our strength, our power, our might, flowing down to our right hand, our right forearm, our right shoulder, is girded for our battle for justice, our battle to have our voices heard, clear, succinct, truthful. And we do this with impeccability. We bring our attention to our left arm, our left hand and shoulder, where we meet with the energy source of Chesed, our divine love. One love, one consciousness. And so, through our left arm and our heart chambers, we allow all the particles of the universe, all the energy of the universe to convert into divine love and penetrate inside our hearts. The greatest love we've ever experienced, penetrating through every cell, generating from the heart. And as you fill up your tank, and fill up your heart with this divine love, and as it's overflowing, just send it back to everybody on this Zoom. And just allow the cycle to continue with your breath. And we hold this gevura and this chesed in complete compassion for ourselves and for those we love, as we prepare to move up to the next gate with our shekel ready to appear. We come across the gate of blue sapphire, of Dat. It's the gate of intimacy with God. It's that place where the blue just resonates through our voice, through our divine sounds, and through a sense of intimacy with everything that comes below. All the other four gates below are held closely by this intimacy, this sense of knowing who God is and God knowing who we are. A trust, a sense of peace, a sense of caress and nurturement. We prepare to move into the upper realms. We move up to the right and left brain stems, emanating into Chokhmah and Bina. And the vision is of African violets, charging the energy of our right brain, left brain in perfect balance. With the wisdom of the ages, the wisdom of our ancestors, the wisdom of Torah, and the deep understanding of having suffered, the deep understanding of knowing what it's like to have been through difficulties. And having the DNA and the wherewithal to survive. And we next move up to the final gate where we see pure white light at our crown, at Keter, the gate of Elohim, the gate where the divine light shines through every cell in our body. It's our crown, our majesty, where we're connected into this divine unity consciousness. And from here, let's just drop back into our heart center. And we're going to inhale Yud and exhale Vav. Inhale Yud, exhale Hey. Inhale Vav, and exhale Hey. And just follow me, even though I'm a little off key here. Inhale Yud, with the name of God, and we're activating all the gates, enlivening, bringing all the gems to full life, fully preparing us to enter into the final gates this afternoon, to Nila, and into our promised land. Breathing in Yud, exhaling Hey. from the heart. Inhaling Vav, exhaling Hey. Inhaling Yud, exhaling Hey. Inhaling Vav, exhaling Hey. Inhaling Yud, exhaling Hey. Inhaling Vav, exhaling Hey. Just repeat to yourself a few times. Jody, when you're ready.
The majesty of nurture. L'takeinu lam b'malchut Shaddai. L'takeinu lam b'malchut Shaddai. L'takeinu lam b'malchut Shaddai. L'takeinu lam b'malchut Shaddai. Healing the world, healing the world through the majesty of nurture. Healing the world, healing the world through the majesty of nurture. L'takeinu lam b'malchut Shaddai. L'takeinu lam b'malchut Shaddai. L'takeinu lam b'malchut Shaddai. L'takeinu lam b'malchut Shaddai. Healing the world, healing the world through the majesty of nurture. Healing the world, healing the world through the majesty of nurture. L'takeinu olam b'malchut Shaddai. L'takeinu olam b'malchut Shaddai. L'takeinu olam b'malchut Shaddai. L'takeinu olam b'malchut Shaddai. Healing the world, healing the world through the majesty of nurture. Healing the world, healing the world through the majesty of nurture. L'takeinu olam b'malchut Shaddai. L'takeinu olam b'malchut Shaddai. L'takeinu olam b'malchut Shaddai. L'takeinu olam b'malchut Shaddai. Healing the world, healing the world through the majesty of nurture. Healing the world, healing the world through the majesty of nurture. L'takeinu olam b'malchut Shaddai. L'takeinu olam b'malchut Shaddai. L'takeinu olam b'malchut Shaddai. L'takeinu olam b'malchut Shaddai. Healing the world, healing the world through the majesty of nurture. Healing the world, healing the world through the majesty of nurture. Healing the world, healing the world through the majesty of nurture. Healing the world, healing the world through the majesty of nurture.
On behalf of Jody, Steve, and I, we want to thank you for joining this session of Celebrating Unity Consciousness. We invite you to come back at 2:45 for another round if you want to continue to have experiences on that journey. We love you and appreciate you, and we're so glad that we could share this time together with all of you today. Blessings for the year ahead. Shana Tova.
And if you want to look into the Zoom screen, and as we breathe in and out, send love and at one-ment and healing to ourselves and to the world. With a deep breath, breathe in. Bring that healing to yourself. And as we breathe out, let's blast it to this world and this planet. Again, breathe in. And out. Blessings all.